And it's so good. It holds up
I think it's third.
Third.
Hi.
Yeah, we're just talking about Disney IPs. It's fine. We just don't want the House of Mouse to come down hard on us. So we're saying good things, right, people?
Yes.
Only good things.
Only good
of course.
things.
Actually, in this particular
Yeah,
case,
genuinely. Only good things in this particular
I mean,
there are many
In
bad
this
things
particular-
that
when you're
in
talking
this
about
instance.
Winnie the Pooh,
Yes. one
before
cannot say
it went
bad
into
things.
public domain,
Oh, we can talk about Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh.
yes, we just can't talk about the one that goes under the ground.
The music's not in the public domain, Danny. The music's not in the public domain.
At least I didn't use the words. It was one phrase. One
It
phrase.
was right, and we also cannot talk about the burrowing character because that one
Is not in the book.
That one is not in the book.
As was pointed out, that one is not in the book.
That one is not in the book.
Nope.
So, but no, we are here to play D&D. We are. Well,
I thought we were talking.
we're here to talk Pooh Bear and play in D&D, and we'll see how that goes.
Welcome to our new D&D game where we're all in the 100 Acre Wood.
I did.
You know,
back that one,
I've
by the
seen
way.
that. I've seen
did.
that. It's out there somewhere.
Oh, like an actual 100-acre wood.
Oh, don't
one?
worry.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
don't worry.
Braden
Braden
has bought it.
Yes.
I
Yes, it is out
1,000%
there.
am down to do a whole playthrough.
It
Yeah.
cost me a lot. But I
And
did
also
get it.
because you had to buy it with all the extras.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the way Braden works.
Fair enough.
But no, we are here to play D&D.
Or something.
Or something. Just have some fun.
Yeah.
We are down a Steven, and we will continue to roll on anyway. I also realized that I forgot to load last week's episode onto the Tube of Views. However, it will be up there eventually. Those of you who have been around for any length of time know how this works. Go out there, hit like and subscribe, turn on the notifications, and when this week's and last week's episodes hit YouTube, you will know it. We also run a Discord server so you guys can keep up with our schedule. When and if it changes, you may have noticed this week that there was a great big TBD because we weren't real sure over the weekend if this session was actually going to happen because puniness was running rampant in the group. So keeping tabs on that will let you know if the schedule changes. Thank you, Poser. Thank you for verifying that we can, in fact, be heard.
Good.
Part of the reason we're running late is the DM/technical department forgot to plug in the mixer. But, you know, it is what it is.
Little things.
It is what it is. Yeah, so I think that's going to do it for the pre-show announcements. Who would like to do the recap?
You want me to do it?
Jared.
I was not here?
Look,
Absolutely.
This will be great.
actually, I think of the three that were here, Lance, you were last.
I'm going to be genuine with you. I remember the last bit of that. I don't remember anything else
I'll at
that
least,
happened.
I'll at least tell you where we started.
In my
How about
defense,
the three of you who were here collaborate?
Oh,
Yeah, I was going to say, in my defense, I did try to go watch it to be prepared, but I was unable to.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay, it
sabotage.
it does happen. Life occurs.
Yes, absolutely.
Artemis was stuck in a room the whole time. I have that as notes. We let Bianca and the Merchants Guild know of the current situation with the Armada. Everyone had a nice rest. I was having a nightmare.
Oh, good.
That's right.
Was this your demon man?
There
I
were
guess so.
A
shenanigans.
lot of things happened last time.
Yeah.
Some of us talk about suffocation plans.
Vacation.
We considered whether or not we could
Pulling all
we
the air
discussed
out of the
the-
room.
Artemis wanted to know why we didn't just suffocate them in the room they were in.
Well, we didn't have function back then.
Yeah, we didn't have function back then.
But there are some deeper things too that make it not the idealist of situations, which was what Simi was also thinking, which was why she didn't just want to do it, but she didn't have the words because she's got a negative charisma. So she just floundered and said, "But Killian needs to know. But Killian."
Both
needs
of
to
them
know."
said, well, we'd have to have Killian here to discuss that.
We have a conversation. We talk about maybe tracking abilities at the tower. And then we all split up. CV and Lucas go to talk to her father because they wanted to go see about that. Killian just putters around in the grounds
Right,
for a
'cause
little while.
We're waiting for. We're still
We're
waiting. to
basically
hear
waiting for Ross.
from Rosk.
And you have a little talk with Hector, who sort of had a mental breakdown of where the future is going.
That's right. Hector.
He proceeds to then grab all of his stuff and leave. Simi talks to her father. Seemed to go pretty well. And then gets drunk.
For certain values of the word well.
Yeah.
It could have been worse.
Could
She
have
didn't
been.
say half of the stuff that she had planned on saying because she couldn't.
Nobody died,
Nobody died.
Nobody died.
which is an improvement.
Everybody's reasonably okay with how things turned out, I think.
Yeah, seems to be.
It's one of Simi's better conversations he had
right?
with someone.
That's a very low bar.
Jump
it's like
cut
under
to
the ground.
IRL 3 years ago when you were beating a bandit skull in.
Has that been 3 years?
Yeah.
It's been-
If not more.
It's been
Maybe more.
Keith, it's probably been close to 4 years since the start of
Okay.
the Valley campaign.
So there's 4 years worth of stuff minus 2 weeks on YouTube.
Minus 2 weeks.
Hector gets out. Killian decides he's bored
Ah, yes.
and decides to go, and I quote, unbalance Corell.
That was the plan.
That did not.
Corell's office is not in the tower. It's in
A separate.
cathedral or keep.
I think I described it as a keep.
It's a
Okay.
fortified.
It is a fortified.
Chapel.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good way to put it. Yes.
Killian goes to visit Corell, a long hallway, opulent office/library, most of the budget, and reminiscent of the Imperial throne room. Corell wants to possibly make a deal with.
Ah, yes, that was back when the conversation was going well.
Because Killian wanted to get Master Akir in the same room as him alone. You quickly found out that Corell is better at the game than Rosk is. And you, in fact, liked her more than Rosk. Until she used to detect thoughts on you. And you quickly left.
Uh-huh.
And called a meeting of the board.
Danger, danger, panic, panic.
And Simi and Lucas did get back into the city afterwards. And that is where we left off.
Right, because you had to get through on your Vardo while she's drunk.
It's a mobile home. I don't have to pay city tax.
What are you paying property taxes?
And we left off right there, Keith.
Yeah, that is, and that is where we will.
Oh, also, we did send a message to Cassius to also meet us at the tower as well.
And I assumed you would send a message to the members of our party.
Yes.
That's a lot of spell slots.
It's a ritual.
It's a
fine.
ritual. I don't have spell slots.
He's got infinite.
It just takes 10 minutes.
Yes, I will. So we'll pick up there. Essentially where we left off. The two of you making your way through the city on your Vardo. Now, are you even pretending to be driving it, or are you giving up all pretense of trying to guide the phantasmic horse on the phantasmic Vardo?
What, may I ask, would be the skill associated with driving?
That would be a performance check, my friend.
I'll performance check this. Why not? I don't have.
I will appear for right.
Oh, it was almost a net 20, by the way.
Yay!
10.
10?
Just 10.
Yeah. I mean, you are.
Just holding the reins.
You're just holding the reins. Anyone who knows anything at all about driving a wagon like that knows flat out that you're not actually driving it. You are just holding the reins.
Uh-huh.
For those who have no clue how to drive a wagon of this type, it's a passable imitation.
Lucky
They
for
can't
me,
tell.
none of those people are allowed in the city.
You are not wrong. Okay. before we go any further, just a couple of other reminders for the players at the table, mainly for Killian. You still have a Bardic Inspiration that has not been used, and you still have also disadvantage.
Okay.
Does that count if it was for
Those
me?
will probably those will be Bardic Inspiration on your next roll, I guess, and then
the disadvantage afterwards.
then disadvantage on the one after that.
It's fine. You weren't here.
Yeah, you
As long as
you
you're not
awarded
here.
them when you
That is
weren't
true. I was
here.
not here.
He did not use them. They are still valid.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you are still making your way through,
Mm-hmm.
guiding the Vardo.
Yep.
Where are you going?
Oh, we're gonna park this. We're gonna park this on the northern side, just past the market. Sort of like pull into an alley.
Okay. All right. And once you've done that, what happens?
All right, come on, get up. Wake up.
Oh, okay. What?
Are you able to walk now?
I can always walk.
Can you walk in a straight line?
I mean, straight by measure of relativity based upon what?
She's smart.
I was about to say she gets smarter when she's drunk.
I'm not stupid when I'm sober. You just can't tell because I can't talk.
Language gets easier this way.
Yeah. There are several things that get better in my personality when I'm drunk, but I'm not very drunk often anymore.
Anymore.
Because some things do get worse.
It's true.
That's
She's talking to a wall right now. So
They
Yeah,
do. They do.
I don't have anything to heal you with that would get rid of this accursed
I'm good.
blast it all.
Fine.
Oh, and you wouldn't know where else you could go.
No, I wouldn't. Oh boy.
Just bring her into the meeting.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Goodbye. And as I wave, the Vardo just sort of just like slinks into the shadows and disappears.
Bye.
Where's the things? Give me one.
You handed them to me. You didn't grab it.
There you go.
You were on my ass about it.
Stupid. It's my joke. It's my kind of joke. I love it.
Excellent.
Odds. Okay. All right. So the Vardos and the horse disappear into the shadows, and it's just the two of you in the alley of Costas.
I'm gonna start heading towards the Impellion Order headquarters.
Okay. How familiar are you with the alleys of Costas?
I'm very familiar.
You're drunk. Holy.
I've been in that alley
Not
before.
familiar at all.
Okay.
How fast do I realize
I
I'm
will.
lost?
Well, let's see. First of all, if you are or if you aren't.
Okay.
Make me a
Survival?
make me a survival check.
Should I make any kind of checks?
Would you be trying to help?
I mean, probably.
in spirit?
Might be more of a
Let's see.
hindrance.
Let's see how he does first.
I can't even read sparkly.
That is going to be a natural 20 for a 26.
Very well done.
I have very high survival.
in-
Shockingly.
One of
In
the few high things.
in this particular instance, you have a fairly good idea which direction you need to go.
Okay.
You may not know the exact alleys you need to go down, but you know which direction to go. And you can kind of make your way, even when the alleys twist and turn around buildings and other things, you're able to keep the two of you on course for where you need to be.
Okay. Please don't make me cast silence.
Okay.
Can you cast silence and move it?
No.
No.
But she doesn't know
But
that.
she doesn't know that.
Okay.
Is silence not one of those you can cast on like an object and it moves with the object?
I know
No, it's a stationary one.
Okay.
We've had this discussion many
Yeah.
times.
It's
Because
possible.
we've tried to do that.
Because we've tried to
Yeah,
do that
If you're
many
gonna
times.
neutralize.
Because it's not like darkness.
I was gonna say it's crazy because darkness is that way.
What is so? What are your what is your movement rate and what is your movement rate?
25.
25.
Holy hell.
A lot.
Okay.
She's a
So
We're going this way now.
so are you using all of it, or are you keeping to what your short, rotund friend can do?
You're sure
I mean,
rotund
it might
friend.
be smart to go like half speed because she's not like really there.
I'm not walking in a direct straight line, so it takes me twice as long
Okay,
because I'm
okay.
doing this.
So you're using all of your movement, but you are going
the-
twice the distance. Okay, got it.
When I'm not, then I'm doing other strange things, like picking up a Lucas and being like, point me in the direction.
Point me.
Please put me down.
Oh. Or also like standing right behind him and doing like the high knees with the tiptoes.
Do you like with his feet?
Will you stop it? It's the most fun I've had in a long time. Come on.
I'm not having fun. Why do I not have any spell to deal with this?
Because the gods of D&D have smiled upon me and said, not so serious.
I love how you
Today.
have this whole other aspect of your character that never sees the light of day.
She's not been drunk.
Ever.
She hasn't been drunk lately. And she was too angry drunk before. Now she's not as angry.
See me.
Just weird.
Odds or evens?
No. Evens.
Evens. Okay. So the two of you cross a main thoroughfare, dive into the next alley over,
To actually dive.
and turn the corner into one of those courtyards, sort of in the middle of the block, with lots of different alleyways coming in from lots of different directions. And as you step into the courtyard, half a dozen roughs step out of the others. And then, as you turn to look behind you, there's a seventh stepping up behind you guys.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Well, isn't this just our lucky day, fellas?
It's really not. You have no idea what you're about to get up against.
I know what I'm going to want from the two of you. I want your purses right now. Put them in the middle of the courtyard. Nobody gets hurt. You get to walk away with all of your limbs intact.
That's funny. I was about to say the same thing to. I'm looking scared. Looking scared. I was about to say the same thing to you. I just got these clothes and she's gonna kill you all.
Oh, you're the funny one. Okay. All right. All right. Just for that, we kill you first. Get him, boys.
Buddy.
Initiative.
Oh no, they're all going.
I hope they're low level. I'm gonna go ahead and burn that. That's not a lot better, but we'll take it. That's okay.
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 I mean, I had to do this, right?
Yep.
You're gonna
I mean,
be
you didn't
fired.
have to.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
So I gotta call up my drunken master stuff to make sure I don't miss anything.
That is why I had to do this.
I know I can redirect attacks, and that's nice.
You should have taken the last one.
I know I should have, statistically, I was likely to get higher.
Not there.
Now the challenge is gonna be making sure I don't do the other ones.
7.
18. No, 13. Sorry.
13.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me, because I have to find the stat block. Not that it's gonna matter, but.
They're all going to die.
I just love how terrified you are at this. Like, you're so terrified that she's gonna murder all of you.
No, not me, but just murder all of them.
Yeah, like you're like, oh no, she's gonna kill you all. I'm so sorry.
I have to witness this.
What have I
Not
done?
prepared for the trauma I'm about to partake in. Okay. Drunkity drunk drunk.
Drunkity drunk. Alright, well, they managed to roll a natural 20.
Nope.
And there are 7 of them. So, it's going to be 3 and 3. So 3 after Lucas.
You mean 3 and 4?
3 and 4,
Keith,
Keith. There's 7.
One of them is holding back.
Oh, fair.
Thank you, that's probably...
Danger! Kill that one first.
Yeah.
Alright, so, let me just make sure I am...
Okay, we're gonna hold these to the side so I remember what I rolled without interfering with my own rolls.
Alright, so, we will start with the ones coming for Lucas.
All of these are probably gonna hit.
Yippee.
That's only 6. Need one more. There we go. Alright. So. Lucas, first one comes in, 2 short swords coming at you.
Yep.
12 and 11.
Both will miss. The
Alright.
first one actually, a slight sheen ting, appears.
Okay. Second. The second one. I think that is okay, so that'll be a 25, followed by a natural 1.
The 25 will hit.
25 will hit. All right. Oh, wait. Should have had... I'm not going to worry about the assassinate feature on these, which is just advantage on the first turn if you haven't gone yet.
I mean, you've already done advantage for one person.
No, I haven't. It's 2 attacks.
Yeah. You just count that as one person.
Oh, okay.
So one of them did hit.
Okay, so for the first one, his first attack misses, second attack will hit. We'll just do that.
Mm-hmm.
4. 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
I need you to make a con save, please.
Nine.
9
Dun, dun, dun.
is not going to be enough.
Fair enough.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points.
Are they all dead yet?
Oh no.
15 points.
Braden's too busy taking damage. Sorry, Lucas.
Poison damage.
Okay. I take half because I'm a halfling naturally, so I take
Right.
8.
Naturally.
That's right. Okay, so that was the first. That was the first.
Okay.
Second, making his 2 attacks. First attack is
I get advantage on that.
6,
Oh, that one. Nah, never mind.
16
To hit?
to hit.
That is exactly my AC.
Okay, so that will hit.
Yep.
For 2, 3, 4, 5 points of slashing damage. Piercing damage, I'm sorry.
Okay. And then roll con for
Con
points.
save.
15.
15 is the DC, so you will take half of this. You'll actually take a quarter of it.
Okay.
6. $23. 23.
23. So I take 6 points.
So 6. Yeah, you're right. 6 of poison damage.
69.
I forgot that I get extra disengage for my
And that was his first
nice.
attack. Second attack is going to be a 21.
I don't know
That
if I've
hits.
ever fought drunk before.
I don't think you have.
For 4 points of piercing damage.
They're messing with my little teddy bear person.
Oh yeah, no, they're screwed. They're dead.
And con save.
17.
17 will make it, so... $23, $24, $29 quartered.
7.
All right, and that's the 3, 4. No, that was. Was that 3?
Yep.
Yeah, so that was the 3 for you.
Mm-hmm.
3 coming at Simi. 25.
That one will hit.
Okay. You will take 5 points of piercing damage and make the con save.
Yeah, that's a 10.
$24 points of poison damage.
Ow.
So as the sword sort of pulls out, you feel a little burning around the wound. Second attack
We're massively outnumbered. I might die.
for 22. 22?
They might kill me in the first
think
round.
these are back alley thugs, you two.
No.
22?
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Just barely, but it does.
Boy, oh boy.
This is how I go. I don't get any of the actual stuff that I was hoping for with Rosk.
4 points of piercing.
No, we'll be fine.
And con save.
No.
Oh, brother.
No.
I'm slowly morphing into.
You are. I was like, no. At this point, they're in this back alley going, Christopher Robin.
Wait. Can we use that?
28.
I think so.
Christopher Robin.
Okay, good.
Okay.
He's not in the book.
And I guess I get to make a con save now.
You have to look up. I'm not in the book.
Well,
I'm unconscious.
What?
That was half her hit points.
Yeah, in 2 blows.
Because I only got hit twice. No,
What's
I got
your
hit 3
AC?
times.
21.
Yeah, they have advantage on if they go before because they have assassin.
Boy, oh boy.
I mean, they do see her go down.
they do see her go down.
I mean, if they're gonna kill me, they're gonna kill me.
That was the first one, second one. First one.
Second.
Second one.
That was the second.
So there's a third. Does he want to go for me?
The
or-
third one is going to come after you.
Or this will be my 4th round.
You should have given your purses.
And in today's episode, while I try to track down our 2 party members
20
dying in a back alley,
21.
That hits.
Hmm?
That hits.
That hits.
I'll roll my con real quick.
Okay, 5 points of piercing.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, so
5
you will.
points of piercing.
And you're fired, sir.
Okay,
Fired!
so you will quarter this.
Okay.
How dare you?
It's
because it was black. It's because that's the black dice for death. The ravens were calling.
Those are my mom and dad dice from Smoking Barrel.
Oh.
They have failed me.
28 points quartered, so 7.
7 again.
Yeah, if you didn't have this like half damage.
And his last.
Please, miss. Not the last one, miss, please.
As he pulls back, you're gonna give us your purse.
No.
25.
Yeah. I'll roll the con real quick.
5 points of piercing.
Yeah, that'll be high enough, so I'll take a quarter.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 7. 8, 11, 15. 15 points of poison.
Quartered is
4.
4.
Boy, oh boy, your turn.
Well, no, it's Simi's turn.
Oh yeah, you have to roll
Do I
through
get
your...
to wake up now?
You just went unconscious. Nothing has happened to wake you up, so it will come to Lucas.
I mean, you're not-
Just
you're not
snore in the
dying.
background.
You are not
No,
dying,
I'm just
you are
still
just-
asleep.
you're
I'm
just-
you are
snoring.
asleep.
Yeah, you are incapacitated.
Sorry, Lucas. You're now gonna think I'm super
Yeah, no,
lame.
you're good. Do these guys look tough?
At least their weapons are.
Boy, oh boy.
On a scale of 50
Anybody
to
eat metal?
1 hit point, what's their hit point range?
It's outside the 50 range.
Oh boy.
Holy crap! And there's
Mass power word.
8 or 7 of them. Okay.
Okay. Oh boy. Well, you watch a tiny little fire appear in between my fingers. And a couple of runes appear that start circling around it.
You s-
And I'm going to fireball back here. Those tiny runes mean that me and you don't take damage.
Nice.
They all have disadvantage.
Of course they do.
Support,
As I
sir.
spend 3 sorcery points to make this happen, plus all of these. Because this is a 6th level fireball because of how my class works.
Nice.
But I can only do this once.
So better kill him.
Do the magic tables.
That's a lot of
wake me up?
4s. Holy
A lot
cow.
of 4s.
Okay.
Keith.
Hey, hold on. I am doing.
Okay, but-
What is the save?
It is a DC 16 dexterity saving throw.
Dex. Okay.
They all have disadvantage because of my sorcery ability.
Okay, that's what I was getting at. So, and DC what?
16.
27.
All right.
30.
No, hold on. And I'm going to use my last sorcery point to reroll 4 of these dice.
Ooh. Be thankful for the disadvantage because one of those is a nat 20.
Ooh, boy, oh boy.
DC was what?
16.
Okay.
I was doing math and you moved them all.
Oh, I shouldn't do this because there's multiples of them.
Okay.
Does the heat from the fire rouse me?
Warm.
Oh, somebody needs to turn off
Wait,
the
Keith.
heater.
If these guys have the assassinate ability, they would also likely have evasion. which
Not
means
necessarily.
this is up to you. But if they, I know I feel bad, but if they are rogues, they would have it.
Let's
Helping.
let's see.
48 fire damage.
48.
48.
40.
48.
48.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not the 50 you promised.
Look.
It was dang close
It was
though.
dang close.
It was.
I used all of my sorcerer feat abilities to do that. So, it's about as best I could do under the circumstances. And did that, as a side note, I was trying to hit all 7 of them. But if I couldn't, that's fine. And I just get
I mean,
6.
they all would have been on top of you guys.
Yeah. But there was the one that was kind of like sitting
That is
back a
true.
little bit.
But it's a 30 foot, isn't it?
That's a 20
Oh, it's
foot
20.
radius. Basically, it could be anyways.
Do we hear the explosion somewhere in them?
We're engaged.
We're absolutely engaged tonight. No, we're rate engaged tonight.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna look up something while Keith's doing math.
Oh man.
All right. So there's this,
Yep.
and heat rushes out, and yes, it does wake you up.
Thank you.
Make me a perception
You know.
check, real quick, as this is going on.
2.
2. Okay. So,
He's busy.
so there is this like flash, and fire rushes out, and there's like deep bass whoop as the air sort of ignites around you, and as it sort of does its thing and swirls to an end, you look around you, and all 7 of them are still up. 6 of the 7 have smoke sort of rising from them. Beards are burning, eyebrows are gone, clothes are just like blasted with soot and fire. Some of them are still on fire.
Okay.
One of them is standing up from behind his cloak and seems to be fine.
Okay.
All of them's yeah, all of their eyes are like saucers,
Good.
and they're kind of taking a step back.
Okay.
Didn't mean nothing by it, governor. You guys, the 2 of you can go on your way. Don't want no trouble. Don't want no trouble.
Of course not. As my bonus action, I am going to just swipe my hand real quick, and I'm going to cast as a bonus action, because I can quicken a ritual spell, which all of my spells are ritual spells. I'm going to cast a 6th level Cure Wounds on you.
Oh, dang.
7, 7, 21, 30,
Nice.
35,
Oh, nice.
43.
That's
Oh, sorry,
dang
not 43,
close.
47.
That's dang close to how much damage I took. So that's I'm almost.
Now, gentlemen, it was nice to have this brief conversation with you.
2 of you make perception checks real quick.
Oh, 13.
13.
Okay, we're not using that one. That one failed me. Thankfully, I've got a high perception. 19.
19. Okay. The 2 of you do hear.
It's this. It's this. Okay, we're gonna. Sometimes it defies me.
So the 2 of you do hear raised voices
Roll over here.
in the street you just came from. Actually, all of the streets sort of surrounding the block. But the street you just came from, which was sort of a closer shot to the courtyard from the street, you hear the raised voices, and starting to sort of build the sound. Sounds like it might be the sounds of boots and armor gathering at the mouth of the alleyway.
Blocking us?
From the direction you came from, at least.
Oh, okay.
Alright, we probably should get going too.
I wanted to hit somebody. Dang it.
Save your strength for another time, please. We gotta get going.
Okay.
We will exit.
Okay. Right, so we won't be doing that again.
I'll tuck a Lucas under my arm and go full speed. I'll go at 50.
Okay.
I will give one an atomic wedgie on the way past.
Fair enough. They kind of deserved it. Okay. And you continue on. You continue on your way.
I still have not gotten to fight drunk. And so it shall remain, apparently.
Well, listen. That first round didn't go well in our favor.
That did not go well at all.
Go get the rest of the party. We'll go back and find the punks.
I would like to take some notes when I get to a place where I can on what they all look like.
Okay.
So that I can go and justice.
And
Later.
justice.
All right. Yeah, I sorry about that, but I fully intended to give you a chance to wail away on them drunk, and they rolled a nat 20 on their initiative.
Yeah, no,
It's how it goes.
It's just how it goes.
And for the record, you guys did well surviving basically 6 assassins.
They ain't getting my 1,200 gold. No way. I stole those fair and square.
All right, so it does take you guys another 45 minutes to an hour
Okay.
before you arrive at the main gates of the cloister.
Okay, how are we getting in this time? If I take 10 minutes? No, I can't. Sorry.
Fly.
No. Well, technically, yeah, I can. That doesn't require.
I could parkour us, or we could fly, or... I mean, can we come
One
in
of
through the
those-
broom closet again?
We could. We gotta get past the gate first.
Oh, yeah. That's
Is the gate open or closed?
So one of the gates is open, but there are half a dozen guards stopping everybody as they go through. They're checking everyone.
So, I know which one I would prefer, but which would you prefer?
not the guards.
Okay, would you prefer parkouring or flying?
You don't much care for the for the parkouring, do you?
No, it's not very flattering.
It's not.
We can fly if you'd like.
Okay. So we'll go to a secluded area and I'll cast fly on the two of us. We can
Okay.
fly over there.
All right. So you guys are flying through the air.
Stealth rolls? Stealth rolls?
Stealth rolls, please.
We're gonna roll it out here. See, that's
that
much
cocked?
better.
Definitely.
So that's an unnatural 20.
Oh.
Okay.
It's the box. It's
You
not
say
always
ooh,
awful,
Jerry. You say
but
ooh,
it's
19.
The box.
19.
What?
That's just one of the 3 things he's excellent at.
I'm a plus 12.
Huh?
I rarely get to use it.
All right. So we've got a 19 and an unnatural 20, and the guards are not looking up, so you guys are able to
As most people
slide
do.
over their heads and onto the grounds of the order.
Head to the room closet.
Okay.
To the broom closet.
Heading to the broom closet. You're flying. You could just fly. Up
Oh,
to the
right,
bridge.
yeah, we'll fly up
No,
to the
no, no.
bridge.
We're flying the broom closet.
Well, you said the grounds, so I assumed you wanted
just
us to
sort
take
of
that route. Okay, we'll head up to the bridge.
Okay.
Open, please. Seabiscuit.
And the doors open for you, and the two of you find yourself on the bridge of Seabiscuit. Which brings us to Killian. and brings us to Dom. Where were the two of you at the end of our adventure last?
I was on the bridge.
You were on the bridge?
And I did send you a message telling
So
you.
I would have made my way up there.
Okay.
I probably would at that time probably have been there.
Yeah. You guys are. So the door opens after after half an hour to 45 minutes. The door opens and Simi and Lucas come in. Make me perception checks, both of you.
You look a bit rough.
Oh. Let me see what my perception is.
Holy hi.
That's 9. That is a 19.
19.
Also a 19.
Also a 19.
I'm not hiding it.
Yeah. So their clothes are torn up. There's little discolored patches on the fabric. Looks like, for Killian, looks like it might be the remains of poison of some kind. There's also the waft of magical fire coming off the two of them.
A little singed.
What happened?
Freaking assholes happened.
No one warned me.
Also, Simi is still ever so slightly tipsy.
No one warned me that certain qualities of life are changed when Simi's drunk. And
What
we
happened?
just some bandits.
They were not just bandits.
I'll cast Cure Wounds on myself.
I am well, actually, let me see if I would know this. Would it be an insight to see if they were like assassins? What would that be?
Yeah, I'll give you insight.
So that's going to be 16.
Okay. I mean, you felt the wounds. They were very proficient with the weapons. They were very sneaky, and the cuts burned, which means poison, which means assassin.
Assassins. I don't know if they were your Inquisition people, but we just got pretty much completely surrounded by assassins.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
She moves
No.
really fast.
I don't know if she knew.
Who's
Wait.
Who?
No?
No.
Okay.
Haven't had this conversation
I
yet.
just listened to this conversation happen. Never mind. Who?
Where's Cassius?
I sent him a message.
Tell him to go back. Tell him to stay in his manor.
I'll quicken incant and
Okay.
tell him to turn around and not come.
Simi, are you
Do you
okay?
need
You
me to
seem a
come,
little...
or do you need
Oh,
me to
she's not
stay?
tipsy.
Do you?
Here, come here. You can play with my ears for a minute.
I do wish you'd make up your mind. Which is it?
Lay on hands. I cure you.
I'll,
I was gonna
use
guess
another
lesser
one of my
restoration.
things.
Just do it, lay on
Like,
hands.
certain circumstances have changed. It might not be safe for you here, even in your glorious form. We will catch up with you once the situation is handled.
All right, but I'll expect the story.
Alright, Cassius knows.
I used my lay on hands to cure her of
Okay.
her inebriation.
It seems like something has happened while you've been gone. It seems like this happens every time we leave the city. What happened?
First, Lucas, I'd like to shake your hand.
Oh, okay.
You're a much braver man than I knew.
Am I? What happened?
So I decided to go talk with Corel to try and stir the pot and maybe, throw things out of balance around here.
See, Lucas just sort of gets a little uncomfortable. How did
Well-
that go?
She read my mind.
Yeah. I told you that was one of the things she could do.
She is incredibly dangerous.
Great.
Probably the most dangerous, if not the second most dangerous thing in the city.
Right behind the bank.
No, right behind maybe the Empress. But I'm not so sure. I'd say she's more dangerous than the witch that we fought in that tower.
Damn it.
And apparently she moves really fast if she sent assassins after you. That quickly.
Oh, we don't even know if it was her who sent the
I mean,
assassin.
they asked for our purses.
Yeah. Our money.
Now, that
Did
said,
you have a lot of money?
I did not stay on my
I
feet
do.
for very long. Thankfully, Lucas has the ability to carpet bomb people.
You were mugged by assassins?
I mean, maybe they weren't assassins per se, but they knew what they were doing.
Where was this?
Blah.
Keep am I familiar with where blah is?
Back alley blah.
Black alley. Blah.
I mean, given the amount of time you've been in the city,
Courtyard, right?
you've got at least a vague idea. It was one of the rougher neighborhoods.
But it wasn't actually in an alley. It was, unless I.
Well, we were going through alleys and
Yeah.
we took an alley to get to the courtyard.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a back alley courtyard.
Gotcha.
Okay. That's maybe good.
So what is
That's suspicious.
So what does that mean for our plan of dealing with Corel and the whole of it?
So, Corell is definitely more dangerous
Okay.
by a greater magnitude than I realized. If we take Rosk out without dealing with her, she will, I think, just take over.
I mean, that makes sense.
I think if she wanted to, she could take over by brute force right now.
Which begs the question, what's stopping her?
Because she doesn't want to be in the crosshairs and she has no need to usurp Rosk right now. She, I think, is way more cunning and scheming and plotting than Rosk is.
So this means we need to.
Whenever I've met with Rosk, I have never once felt like I was in danger. I did feel like I was in danger when I walked out of her office.
Oh, you met her in this.
The throne room, yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Her office is like a little mini throne room.
Do you.
Very gaudy.
We still have like anti-scry things with us, right?
I mean, I could set it up real quick.
We should
I
definitely.
do it right now.
I'll use another one of my instant incantations to cast Private Sanctum here in the bridge.
That's
I assume the bridge is sealed to that sort of thing. Sounds like it definitely is now.
Hey, Seabiscuit, do you block the seer ability stuff?
Magical scrying.
At full operation, affirmative.
But we're not.
But
We're
we're
not.
not at full operation.
Anti-scrying circuits currently offline.
Okay.
What's a circuit?
Magic wire.
A magical wire?
Yeah.
Keith.
Is
Well, we have but we discussed it before, have a rules question.
okay.
So, if something is magically invisible,
Okay.
would detect magic be able to see the magic keeping
Yes.
it invisible? Okay. From now on, I just have detect magic up all the time. So if there's anything magical or a scrying sensor within 30 feet of me, I will know.
Okay.
Just so you know, as a precaution, since that's all I have.
need magic sunglasses.
Yeah, you're gonna need sunglasses because the entire tower is magical.
Just gonna try and get used to
It's
it.
a pain I will adjust to.
Oh,
Okay.
I want to ask the. Okay, I'll ask the question. What direction is the fortified cathedral in relative to the tower?
Slightly northwest.
Okay.
Hey, Seabiscuit.
Affirmative.
Could you scan the building that's in our northwest and tell me what sort of life forms are in there? Please just be human. Please just
Scanning.
be human.
Class 10 entity detected.
I forget. What did I...
Cassius is a class 3 entity.
Okay. That's what I
Is it-
thought.
Uh-huh.
One class 2 entity. 3 dozen class 1. No, class 0. Because humans are 0. Class 0 entities. 1 Hellfont.
Seabiscuit.
Define hell.
Clarify. Hellfont.
A portal to the primal plane of hell.
Well, that would explain some things.
How does it know? See, how do you know?
I am programmed with information on all of the primal planes.
I am
Do you
C3PO.
see me
Inside programmation.
always?
Affirmative.
Error. Invalid query.
Oh.
Seabiscuit, what class entities are in that building again?
1 class 2. 3 dozen class 0.
And Hellfire spawn.
10 zeros, right? 10 zeros and...
A dozen,
Oh,
zero.
a dozen.
3 dozen.
3 dozen.
Oh.
3 dozen.
36.
Seabiscuit,
Affirmative.
what
That's me.
kind of class 2 entity is this?
Biologically classed as human. Appears to have some form of demonic magical powers.
Well, I think it's safe to say we know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of us. Let's just, for the sake of everybody else knowing that
Addendum.
doesn't know.
Addendum.
Addendum.
Scan now indicates 1 class 2 level undead.
Yay!
What?
Somebody just use the portal.
Or, no, that makes sense.
Wait, no.
Oh,
No.
they're working together.
sits down.
No!
Oh, they're working together.
No, no.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Okay.
They're one and the same.
Alrighty.
buddies.
Okay. Alrighty.
This got so much
Okay.
worse.
The poor rabbit is just like, the heck?
This is
I'm just
alright.
happy to be included.
This is fine. This is manageable. We can,
Oh no. No,
Okay.
no, come on.
Close
No.
portals to hell.
No. I mean, technically I could find out, yes, but...
I think I need to go meet with Rosk.
Do you?
Why?
Because
So...
I really need to get in touch with the Inquisition now.
One Hellfont, 3 dozen zero class.
So do you think one of the reasons that people can't get onto the property over there might be that she's figured out how to, like, do something where it's merged with the hellish plane?
I
possible.
don't know. All I know is if you've got a demon juiced person and an undead person in one place in this city, I feel like there's only 2 factions that could be, and so clearly they're meeting.
Wait a second.
Just
Wait a
so
second.
everybody
Wait a second.
in the tower.
Wait a second. We have visual.
Maybe.
We have visual sensors. Seabiscuit, can we see
Is there a window?
both of the class 2s with the visual scanner, please?
Stand by.
And I think we're about to hit a cutscene
Now, why do we need to see them?
to know what they are.
But what if they can see us?
We'll risk it.
It's like if you ever seen like a telescope, right? How like in one end where everything's really close for you. What if it's the same the other way, but you're really far away, but they can still see you?
I'll wear a mask. I don't know.
So
The screen sort of lights up, jumps for just a little bit. You can tell that it is a very zoomed in view from a visual sensor on the body of the tower, on the body of the ship.
okay.
So it's not like it's in the room with
Right.
them. But the angle is such that it can peer down through one of the windows above onto sort of the floor at the far end of the office.
Okay.
There's no audio. It is strictly visual.
I only asked. We do have audio capabilities, but I only asked for visual.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yep.
not gonna.
Yeah, I wouldn't
You
think
do
about it.
see Mistress Carell sitting at her enormous desk,
Mhm.
and you can see that she is talking to someone.
Mhm.
But whoever that is blocked by the angle of the roofline. Whoever it is has stopped out of view of the sensor.
Okay.
Can I try and read her lips?
You can try.
Okay, I will give it my best shot. Guys, I have a horrible intelligence, but I'm gonna pretend like I don't. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Horrible intelligence. Oh no.
That's the
What would this be?
best
Investigation
thing.
or insight? Like,
I mean, with a natural 20, it really doesn't matter, but
That's
it would
insane.
probably be an investigation.
that. I mean, even with the natural 20, it'd be an 18 because I'm -2.
Holy crap!
Yeah, but
I-
just, I mean, natural 20.
Probably just picking like words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like had looked for you afternoon, seemed interested in with you.
Did you guys get all that? That's all I got. That's it.
It's more than me. That's impressive.
That's it. So what happened was somebody was coming in. I'm filling in the gaps here. Somebody came in and was looking for somebody for something.
Seabiscuit.
Affirmative.
Do we have historical data from the sensors?
Well, it's only been
Specify
online for a
query.
short period of time. Right?
Keith, whatever day it was, could you tell me what life forms were detected in, and I'll point out Ross, I'll describe Rosk's office, on whatever the day it was that all three of them met in there?
Data only exists when the chief engineer was in the cabin.
Because we were only at like 69% died.
So it can only
'cause it
tell
was
me
only
from
new.
the data from when I was in the room. Could you tell us what class of entities were in the room when the chief engineer was present?
One class 1 human,
Oh, he's your class one.
Oh. Okay.
one class 2 human with
Uh-huh.
demonic energies, one class 2 undead.
Well,
Oh crap!
That's why he's so
Wow.
normal.
That's why he's freaking normal. He's using illusion magic to look Amakir.
so the head of the Inquisition is undead.
Which means that it's more likely that that he's working with
I would bet so, yeah.
the Empress.
That does make sense.
I was gonna say it wouldn't make any sense to not try and grab power because somebody who's demonic, right, just wants all the power.
But she's not demonic, she's using demonic power.
Well, okay, you're still wanting power, right? I would assume.
I mean, as an ultimate end goal, there's probably definitely like some.
But if you know that you have enough power that you could take it whenever you wanted,
But what if you?
you
had
wouldn't need to. You could let them do what they're gonna do, take the spotlight, catch the stray bullets, the stray arrows, draw attention to them, because they're not a threat to you.
Yes, I understand, but like if you're on a leash as well. and you're only told you can go so far.
That's also possible.
So does
but-
that mean that Corell's working with the Empress then?
No. So I asked Corel if I pretended like I was working for Rosk because he paid me to.
Yeah.
And obviously she did exactly what I wanted her to do. What could I pay you for you to work for me? And I basically said what I would want is a meeting with Amakir.
Because you can take.
Which is why her saying interested in meeting with you. She's talking with Amakir, which is why I wanted to verify with the data. So maybe not.
Well, this has gotten a lot more difficult than we previously thought.
I really hate to say it. Roska's the underdog.
Which probably means that we need to keep him around for a bit more to be able to have the resources he does have on our side. I hate that, but it's also true.
It's never easy.
No.
Just once. I'd like to be over-prepared for a situation. Just one time.
I feel like when you had the Shagan, you were over prepared for a lot of situations, just not the ones we kept finding ourselves in. Crap.
I might need to learn a spell.
Okay, so if Amakir is an undead, what does that mean?
Does that mean all the Inquisition are?
No, we've met
means-
Inquisition members. They're not all.
Oh, I got this. It means he is dead, right?
I
he's
mean,
he's
ish.
undead now.
Except
Yeah.
not.
As the name tells, yes, undead.
So that means
I don't know, you can talk to the death.
Sure.
Yeah, why don't you find out? Is this a gray area?
No, I no life.
And death?
Well, that was one time. They don't really communicate with.
No,
They haven't
currently they're
communicated
having a
with us.
custody battle over you, and you can't
Yeah,
decide
so
which one.
you can chime in and find out where undead fall on the scale of life and death.
I don't think that's how it works.
You could try.
I don't think I've ever tried praying to the god of death before.
First time for everything.
But, okay, well, what if my goddess kind of like gets upset with that?
Maybe check with her first.
You could ask her, she'd probably know.
Okay,
Also true.
granted, I have only heard them speak once.
Hey,
But this is
And
the
worst
age
case,
of miracles.
worst case
so-
that happens, they don't say anything and we are back where we were before.
Or they show up in your bed and it's really awkward and people tease you about it for ages. Also,
I get to sleep with my goddess? I mean,
Why are you so much more enthused
but it's
about
life.
that?
It's the goddess of life. I mean, look, everything. Sorry,
You're a
I'm getting
rabbit.
really bad.
Never
right
mind. Carry on.
You're
That-
a rabbit.
There are a lot of things that just made a lot more sense when I remembered that you're also rabbitish.
I mean, I could try. Look, I'm as faithful as the next guy, but I can give it my best shot. I pray probably daily and still nothing. I don't know why.
I mean, you can give it a shot. I can give it a shot, and then we'll see if they're in a talkative mood.
Okay.
There's we can't do anything about this.
About what?
Corel and Amakir, we're just a bunch of randoms who just found out that there's a portal to hell.
I mean, the alternative is you cut bait and you run, and we leave Costas to whatever happens to it, and all the people who live within it.
I'll tell you, my
And
hometown
then-
is beautiful. Like our like that continent.
Yes, please
beautiful this
tell
time
me
of
more
year.
about that.
And then after they've done whatever they're going to do here, they will eventually get to wherever you run to.
I mean, they already tried to invade once under different leadership. I'm sure that you are now on the map.
I mean, imagine if someone had actually done something about the Empress before it became unstoppable.
Do we know any? Not that. Sorry, I don't mean to offend any of you, but do we know any very strong, like heroic types that like are
People
looking
designed
to like?
do this for us instead.
Depends on your definition of heroic.
I,
Who are you thinking about?
I mean, we know a lot of them technically, depending on how loose you want to be with the words heroic and strong.
And depending on how loose you want to be with those words, we also fit that description.
I know that's kind of the problem.
Yeah.
Well, I don't fit that description, so tell me more about this continent. Maybe I can hitch a ride with the Armada. And...
I mean, who knows? I mean, Craig, technically, the Armada, we have an army. Not that we.
There's a portal to hell under the chapel. There's not anything we can do about that.
Why don't we just like blow up the chapel?
First of all, dynamite doesn't exist. As per some rule that the god of this world has made.
Despite my
Believe
persistent
the
efforts.
history of the world has
boomsticks
tried.
do not exist.
The history of the world has tried. There was tomes of people who've tried and not gone well. But anyway,
What if we set fire to the place?
it's made of stone.
Technically, if the fire's hot enough.
Don't encourage this. But like, I'm just a fat halfling. What am I supposed to do against a Hellfont, a level 2 undead, and a level 2 demonic class sorcerer?
I mean, we just learned it. We have some time to figure some stuff out.
You're right. We should be very cautious and careful with our travel plans.
How long has it been since you were working for Missy Corral?
About 3 months, and they've been the happiest 3 months of my life. I mean, a lot's happened in those 3 months, but
Did she have a portal to hell while you were there?
Not that I knew.
I would go out on a limb and say yes.
But I'm trying. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know that I could. So again,
You wouldn't be able to hear you in this room either way.
Oh yeah, we are getting the whole protection from. We'd have to go
oh,
outside.
that's
I don't think you would. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong,
That's-
but I feel like a spell is probably not enough to keep the deities out.
fair.
Mm-hmm.
At least
A
as
spell
long
will
as you're
keep the
within.
deities
Yeah, I mean,
out.
maybe the tower does because it's not
I don't know.
whatever.
I don't know. Give it a go. See what happens.
And then I can try and pray.
I thought you called her Edna. Okay, Edna and I will.
And then Edna, I.
I'm gonna keep thinking Zoigany thoughts. See if anybody answers. If you're gonna make me a champion, not talking to me or giving me any instruction is just rude.
Is that one out loud?
Totally.
That's a fair point.
Didn't even bother telling me. No.
I don't know.
So for the rest of you,
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happens.
nothing happens.
Right.
For Danny, the rest of them freeze, and there's a little voice in your ear. I thought "you're my only worshiper" kind of made the point. The voice is right in her ear.
Oh, so I'm your champion just because I'm the only person who worships you.
By default.
Kinda.
That
Wow.
makes you my best and worst.
I mean, it's in some circles it would be considered a bit of an honor to be the champion of a god.
When you're the only one available?
I don't make the rules. And on this point, I actually don't make the rules.
It's a lot less flattering when you know you're the only one. Right, that just got nodded. Like that, yeah, that's... Yeah, that doesn't fill me with confidence in your choice. I didn't have really great confidence before in your choice. Now it is even more shaky, thank you. I can't see you, but I can feel you sitting and staring at me. That's just awkward.
He sort of phases in, and he's got his, like, it's like he's leaning on something that's not there, but rather like I'm
Cheshire Cat.
yeah. Listen,
If I pull the imaginary thing out from under your elbow, do you fall on your face?
no.
Damn.
I do have one question for you, though.
What?
How come I believe in you more than you believe in yourself?
That's a good question.
Because I feel like you kind of have to, since you imbued me with whatever you're supposed to imbue your, like, champion with. Kind of comes along with the territory, right?
Yeah, I was down to nobody. I could have picked anybody. I picked you.
You were down to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You could have picked anybody.
Mm-hmm. And I picked you. So why do I believe in you more than you believe in yourself?
I'm confused here. Why could you have picked anybody? Because
I had nobody. I could have picked anybody on the planet.
Oh, and just been like, oh, by the way, there's a god of justice and I'm that?
Yeah.
And guess what? Now you're the champion of the god of justice? That's how that works?
Yeah.
You didn't even bother telling me that!
Again, I thought it was pretty obvious, you being, my only disciple. By the way, when are you going to get me some more disciples?
Wait, you did not include proselytizing in
Part of
anything. As a matter of fact, you've given me no direction. So direct.
Okay, rule number 1. I need more followers. You need more brothers and sisters going after justice. Performing justice upon the world. I kind of figured that was obvious, maybe not so much, but that...
No, I'm just doing justice because that's what I think I'm supposed to do.
You're right.
Not like go out and wine and dine people into also wanting to do justice.
I never intended you to be the only one.
You chose one of the most socially inept people.
But you have a tremendous sense of what's right and what is wrong as far as justice goes. That's what drew me to you. And in that, you are unmatched.
How do you need a salesman or something if you're trying to, like, build a following?
I mean, that's one way to go. Some of the others have gone that route. I find it distasteful. I prefer...
You showed up naked in my bed!
So I've got a weird sense of taste, but I prefer genuine... Okay, that came out wrong.
There's the Zlegan we know.
No, come back! Put those words back!
Hang on. Let me roll that back.
Too late! Too late! Ah.
Isn't this better? Frank dialogue? Rather than, having to go to a stuffy chapel somewhere and inhale all kinds of incense and pray through an intermediary.
I mean, I agree, that's not exactly my style, but also frank dialogue would involve you maybe telling me shit.
I thought you'd figure stuff out.
I'm not sure if you've noticed. Religion's not particularly my thing.
Wasn't mine either.
I can tell.
So?
So do I have to gain you followers before we can do justice in this awful situation?
No. It would help, but it's not required.
How?
Well,
I need you to find me a
having more
replacement.
people to help with an impossible situation makes it more possible.
Okay, so this isn't one of those things where you get more people following you, you gain more power, and then you
Well,
can
I mean-
like be more helpful.
Partly
It's a
that
pyramid scheme.
too. Partly that too, but more often, more like I subscribe to the theory of more hands, lighter work kind of thing.
This means I have to figure out who I can trust. Ugh!
What about them? Oh, well, okay.
Well, not that one.
Not that one. I don't know what the hell's going on with that one.
Winier's just like,
But he's so cute.
Yeah, he is. Oh, the twins are having a field day over him.
Life and death are twins?
I mean, that totally makes sense.
Oh, that does make sense.
Oh, and then there's whatever's going on over there.
Right?
He looks fun.
You have no idea.
And there's there's the people back in your hometown you can talk to. I mean, might take a little while given how far away you are. Okay, maybe not them. Oh, the Artemis.
the Artemis.
I mean, he could be helpful, I guess. The ones from the other place. Yeah, maybe.
How trustworthy are they?
I mean, they were just.
You see all the things, right?
It's not how this works.
I don't know how this works.
I'm not omnipotent.
You gave
I
me
have-
zero directions.
I have a lot
no
of power.
manual.
My brothers and sisters and I have a lot of power. We are not all powerful. We have a lot of knowledge. We don't have perfect knowledge. There's this great big, like, black hole, and he's pointing kind of over to the palace. There's this great big black hole blemish thing in the world. None of us can see shit in that.
Great. Interesting. Does weird little boogeyman half dead guy work for that?
I don't know, but that's one explanation. Would make sense.
I mean, maybe keep an eye out, seeing as I can't hover over the top of everything and all of that stuff.
Technically not part of my portfolio, but I'll talk to the twins. They both have a vested interest.
Okay. Like, maybe they can work together on him. I'm just saying, they don't have to be apart. Life and death kind of have to go together.
Have you ever had siblings?
Flashbacks
Oh, right.
to Bucket.
Sorry. Sorry.
You're the worst.
You're the
Sorry?
Okay. Fine.
So,
How dare you, Bio? He almost killed me today already. Not me. Character. See me. Rude. Well, fine. I'm sure that I'll bother you again later.
I'll try and keep an ear open. We're still trying to put things together from that whole convergence thing, and getting balance back in the flow has been kind of weird. We've all kind of been called on the carpet for the shenanigans from that whole debacle. So we're still putting pieces back together, but I'll try and be more aware, I guess.
Maybe some direction now and then, if you want me to represent you, would be in order.
Okay. Not sure how that'll work, but okay.
I guess I'm gonna go find some people to trust now.
And as you sort of look away in exasperation, the rest of them start moving around again.
The worst!
I know this is the worst situation we could ever find ourselves in.
If I had inspiration to give you.
Oh, I do. So, just talk to Zoigan.
Like just now?
Yeah.
That was short.
He grinds my gears something fierce. He suggests, this is gonna be, a real out there thing, that we find help.
Because that's worked out so well for him.
Hey,
Where are we supposed to
he
find
punches
help?
you in the arm.
Where are we supposed to find help?
So he recommended, and I guess he's not omnivorous. Nope, that's not the right one.
Omnivorous?
That's not the right one.
Frivolous?
Omnivorous?
Omnipresence.
He's
Oh,
not
that's closer.
everywhere all at once.
Omniscient. There we go.
Ah!
Okay.
Yeah.
Where does he want us to look?
Did he give any
the,
details?
The guys that came from your place.
Oh, 1,000%. If you wanted some people to help with fighting, I think most of the Armada would gladly help with that.
That actually is a fair point. Most of them have been wronged by.
Like, we can't ask them to.
They
do
were
this.
already going to.
Yeah, but like.
If we don't do something, who will? If we decide that this isn't our problem, if we decide that it's not worth the risk, who else is going to do it instead?
Fair.
The Empire didn't become this terrible monstrosity because it was led by a monster. It became it because people decided it wasn't their problem to solve. And they walked away and turned their backs.
Oh, this is so close to reality. Sorry. Oof.
So if you want to leave, I understand the urge and the desire. But I can't. Because I've already seen what happens when we do that. And we have to be better than what came before us.
I mean, I was gonna show up here anyway with my family and probably the whole continent and the whole, we're already here, so I'm in fight mode. This was gonna be my kind of last stand as well.
He
So-
says adorably. Sorry. This is my fight mode.
I'm ready.
Oh my gosh, you're so cute.
See me? I have to ask you a question that I don't really want to and that you're not going to be happy to answer. What are your plans for Rosk?
Like how I would like to see him ended, or ideas for how to utilize him against Corel, or like what are we
In a
talking
perfect
about?
world
Like, what's the end
where
goal?
you had all control and all power to do whatever you wanted, what do you feel like is the right thing to do with Rosk?
Right now? I mean, not that we're acting on it right now.
Nope, I'm talking
No.
about your deepest heart's desire.
Do you,
This is-
do you want him dead, I think, is the whole. Like, his death.
If I
the
if I
correct-
brought him in here right now, powerless, ignore everything else that's been going on, what do you feel like is the right thing to do?
He doesn't exist in a vacuum. It doesn't work that way.
Well,
That's
I
why
mean,
this is a hypothetical question. that I knew you weren't going to want to answer.
In a perfect world where Corel doesn't exist and all of the other things don't move, and everything that I know about him right now, if he were presented to me, powerless, right this second, I would knock him out and end him as humanely as possible. I don't know that I think she kind of I don't know that I think most people, beyond the possibility of change, I have no reason to believe that he has or will, and he is very dangerous to others and is unbothered at killing people, not only that get in his way, but simply upset him in their existence.
Fair.
But if we need him to weaken Corel, that is what we need to do. He'll still be there later. Maybe it'll even give him an opportunity to prove something else. I want to see the man gutted and hanged, but that's not right.
What is?
Not letting him hurt anybody else.
The way I see it,
You feel the pressure of a little hand on your shoulder, giving you a little squeeze.
Why do you have tiny hands?
sorry, I'm halfway right now.
That's
Did I say little hand?
Yes, you did.
You did say,
Little hand.
a little hand squeeze your.
I understood what you were imagining, Keith, but now I do see
Yeah, I
the
mean-
little baby hand.
It's a little
It's
Deadpool
fine.
hand.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what? It's fine.
She looks deeply disturbed suddenly.
The way I see it, I don't think we can beat the others if we have to worry about somebody stabbing us in the back the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Which means we either have to explain to Rosk what we're dealing with and convince him to work with us, or we have to remove him and have somebody that will work with us and that we can trust take his place.
I mean, there is a very simple thing we can do, which is go down and have a discussion with him, and he can make that choice for himself.
The problem is if he decides to not work with us. Well, first of all, even if he's going to stab us in the back, I think he.
Right.
But if we decide to remove him from the equation in whatever way, you potentially lose a lot of people to the other side. I don't know if we're ready to just. I don't know if we have the influence to be able to just take the reins.
But can we afford to just sit and wait for any of these people to make a decision?
I think you're right. I think we need to be proactive, but I also don't think we can manage those two. And I sort of gesture to the without the what's left of the order that we can salvage on our side. We don't know enough, and we don't have access to what we need to be able to take them down in any way that's not really messy with a lot of collateral damage, I think. I mean, once Hamakir's done with that meeting, I wouldn't know how to find him.
Yes, we do. Seabiscuit can track him
As long as he's within range and he doesn't go somewhere that
within
shields,
100 miles.
and he doesn't go somewhere that shields him from being
What if
detected.
it goes to hell?
Okay, I'll
That's
give
a
you that
catch.
one. That's
or
a catch.
That's-
inside the Empress's bubble.
Look, I'm just spitballing. I don't know.
That's a valid observation, though. If he drops off from being able to be seen, we know he would either be in hell, there, or he's far off doing something.
Or he has some
elsewhere.
sort of other shielded location.
that's also possible.
We also don't know how many of the Inquisition are in this same position and are undead. We don't even know for sure that those undead... As strange as it sounds, it's entirely possible that they're undead of some other weird thing and they're not.
Right.
We don't know a lot of things, and I feel like trying this without well, I definitely don't think we can keep playing Rosk against those two and take them down efficiently.
Right.
And I don't think we're going to be able to pull it off if we are having to deal with Rosk's side of the order. So the question is, do we want to try and talk him into working with us? Or do we try and remove him as quickly as possible?
Now here's a question to ask you, because we discussed like what you were. If we were to imprison him until after we deal with Corel and Amakir and whatever else we come across, and we imprison him and then put him on trial after that, would that satiate your sense of justice? Or are you looking for a quick snap of the neck and it being over with?
Well, holding him will not do any of our plans any good.
Well, I'm saying if we replaced him with, let's say, Akorai, and then...
Or if we were ready to sway whoever would be the most senior person.
Yes. And then we just put Rosk in a prison cell here in the tower until we can figure the rest of this conflict out, and then put him on trial afterwards.
My question is, do you want us to... Should we focus our resources on convincing Rosk to work with us, or on moving
him out of
people
the
as
way.
quickly as possible to remove him from the equation?
Because that will greatly depend on how we continue with our plans.
In my opinion, he's the only one that has access to talking to the two, right?
Not necessarily.
Theoretically, yes, but if we could get someone who knows as much as he knows, or gain access to, there are other ways to get that information. No, nobody's going to tell that to us right now, which is the whole problem of we effectively need to take over his faction and get them to work with us. Whether that means Rosk is the one helping us work with them or somebody else is.
Would I know how loyal his people are to him?
You haven't been that close to know for sure.
Okay. Bear with me.
Okay.
In the pursuit of power, he will almost certainly try to stab you in the back, but not until Corel is not a problem anymore. If we are looking at a threat the level that we believe we are looking at, which I have no reason to think we're not, I think we need as many hands on deck for this as possible.
But-
And the less chaos below him that we're having to try and placate simultaneously, the less conflict is going to divert the energy away from that takeover. I don't know that we still would have the resources to do what we need to do. I do think that maybe talking to what are they called? What should I call the people from that continent? I don't want to be like
From my
racist or
continent?
Is there a
anything.
noun?
Oh my heck.
Like animal
something
people
folk.
sounds weird.
I almost said merfolk. Yeah, that's not right.
Furfolk?
Furfolk.
Furfolk? But we're not
Beastkin.
all
Beastkin would probably be.
Yeah,
Beast-
beastkin.
Beastkin, okay, is that acceptable? Okay. Talking to the Beastkin?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely wanna do that.
We're gonna tap everything we have.
And the thing is like they will rally behind Dad. Sorry, my dad.
Okay. I would like.
I don't think we.
Oh, by the way, my dad was the leader. I found this out. I didn't know he was the leader.
Oh, see, Danny
Didn't
heard
realize you
that
didn't
and
know.
forgot
Yeah.
that Simi didn't know.
Yeah.
What?
The Red Adder reported to his dad.
So,
Whoa.
I think, okay, then that means our highest priority right now is to get them out of here, right?
That'll be easy. Again, the biggest
long
player
as
that we
nobody
don't already
knows.
have on our side is the Appellian Order.
As long as nobody knows what's going on right now that we're talking about, and because who knows, maybe as soon as actually, Seabiscuit, is there any way you could look and see that my house is okay and my parents are fine? And I'll explain where it's at by the gardens.
The screen sort of flickers. You get a sense that it jumps from one visual sensor to another and zooms in on your house.
Mhm.
Seems to be in perfectly fine shape. Doesn't seem to be, burned or damaged or whatever.
Because
And you do see your mom sort of flip by one of the windows as she's, putting some food in the oven to cook.
okay, good. Because I'm just thinking, like, if anything happens to them, we lose a lot of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, correct me if there are things that you think are massive gaps in my logic. I think that because if we did try to pull Rosk out right now, it would cause chaos below. It would make it more difficult to organize against the people already in play that we're worried about.
but is it worth it though? Like, what's the pros and cons against it?
So, pros would be people resources and being able to linearly place our power in the direction of being able to topple Corel and
We get all the power and influence that Rosk's faction has.
Yes.
And all the information they know without having to pull teeth to get it or take a really long time to win everybody over.
yeah.
So why is that a bad?
No, that's a pro.
That's
Sorry.
the good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I might have
The
said
downside
correct.
is that we get in bed with Rosk. He's going to manipulate the situation as best he can so that once it's over, he has the high ground and he's in an unassailable position. It will give him more time and more opportunity to prevent himself from being uprooted.
He is a lesser threat than they are right now. Probably will remain so because he will be occupied dealing with them. More so than trying to snowball his own power, but he will be making plays behind the scenes.
And he will know more about us and our options and our resources, and he'll know what my goal is. We'll have to play some of the cards in our hand.
But I feel like he's better he's better to deal with than Corel and Amakir.
Yes.
When it
Removing
comes to-
him effectively will take time, so the question is, do we take the time to do that first, or do we just say we'll deal with him later? And we move now.
There are pros and cons to both. Like, he is not a good person. We don't want to have to worry about our backs the entire time. But
But
we
we know
don't have
if
to
it's
worry
coming
about our
right.
backs until after they are taken care of. I have no reason to think that he would waste resources that are obviously so effective until he no longer needs them. So
Agreed.
we have an idea of time frame there. Like, the pros of handling him beforehand would be that we could potentially shift power to our... we could line it up so that we have some amount of control of the types of people in charge, so that once everything topples, it's an easier transition. But the longer we wait on this, the worse it's gonna be. So time would not be on our side with that. We would be allowing them to amass more power
I
and
don't think
information.
time's
as well.
on our side right now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think that at this
It's
point,
just
Corel and
something needs
Amakir
to
are going to be
happen.
digging into me, which means they're going to be digging into you eventually.
So I think that there is more benefit to going ahead and working with Rosk, as much as I absolutely hate admitting that out loud.
Okay.
But my next thought with regards to that, I think that trusted members of your dad's beastkin
Which would be pretty much everybody.
folk, his most trusted high officials,
Oh, okay, yeah.
I feel like they should know what we're expecting out of Rosk afterward.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
No, it's
Just
going to
wanted to
be a
make
game
sure.
between the two of us of working together while also trying to make sure that we have the best advantage over the other one. It's going to be a pain.
Yeah, and there is a problem in that if they are smart, they will also question our loyalty to them. Because, like, if we are telling them outright, hey, this is going to happen, there's no great reason that they should expect that we're not going to do the same, other than
Other than our good word.
promising
Yeah.
that, yeah, our good word
So-
that we
Also,
are also
what
giving
happens
elsewhere.
if Rosk... Okay, just trying to play demon's advocate. What if Rosk sees that there's no way out and makes a deal with Corel?
He won't. There's no deal he can make with Corel that lets him be in any good position.
What if he decides to go undead?
I don't even know how that
Then
works.
that's another
Because
thing
then-
we're gonna have to deal with on the road.
There's no
It also
justice
makes
or
it
no revenge.
easier-
Justice.
You can kill an undead.
If he makes moves that the rest of his faction don't like, that makes it easier to get them to not ally with him anymore and to work for somebody else. So he can't. If he throws himself wholeheartedly behind those two,
Also, he didn't like working with the Empress, so I don't feel like he'd be
Yeah.
willing to work under Amakir and or Corel.
and they're not going to give him. He is too dangerous for them to just let him do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He's not dangerous enough that they have to remove him right now because they both know they could do it at any point.
Life was so much simpler a year and a half ago.
3.5, 4.
No.
Yes.
3.5. He's saying that because, like, 2 years ago you were just in Sutterton enjoying yourself.
Yeah. Back then we just lived in Sederton, and Killian's like, no, yeah, that was better. That was much simpler. All we were doing was looking for an underground dwarf place.
Better, maybe. Simpler, definitely not.
It was for me.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know what you had going on back in Sederton, but now it looks real easy to navigate.
So that's our plan. What is our first move? Do we want to talk to the Armada first and let them know what's going on and try and get them on our side?
We go talk to Rosk.
Okay.
How long does it take?
or you?
All of us.
How long does it take you to cast Private Sanctum?
I should.
How long does it take you to cast Private Sanctum?
If I ritually cast, I could instantly cast it, or I could ritually cast it.
Can you make you and these two invisible?
No, I don't have invisibility. Unless you give me like 4 hours.
I can give you 4 hours.
Let me check to see if I can even learn.
Because this will also tell us, there's a chance that if we go talk to Rosk about this, he just tries to kill us straight up. In which case, he forces the issue.
Does Seabiscuit have magic to turn us invisible?
Oh. Seabiscuit,
Affirmative.
can you make
Crew members.
crew members invisible?
Negative.
Dang.
I can't turn anyone invisible either.
Can
It's not one of
you
mine.
change other people's viewing?
I can just I can disguise myself.
Seabiscuit, Can you open? Are there secondary entrances to? And I'll point out Rosk's office.
Negative.
Looking at the schematic, is that hallway? Are we able to like seal it off?
No, because the door to Rosk's office is directly out to the tower. There's no hallway.
Yeah,
Through
there's
the
no
center
hallway.
tower.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean there's a short hallway, but it's part of the cabin wedge, basically.
I mean,
The hard
Is
part
it
is I
better
can
or
I can
worse
talk
for-
my way into it. I don't know that I can talk my way into a meeting with him with you all with me.
Certainly not me.
Well, you'd all be disguised except for you. But even then, I don't know that I can talk 4 people into a room with the man.
I mean, we can just force our way in.
Yeah, but we want to avoid starting off that way.
Look, there's not much I can do.
I mean,
I guess if we talk to the Armada first, if they have any help that could make us invisible, that's an option.
I don't know that it's worth it just for this. I think our option is that I'm going to go talk to Rosk and convince him to let me bring some more people in.
Okay.
So just watch on the camera, be ready to come down and walk in.
Okay.
If it works.
All right.
Okay,
Can you help me disguise myself really well?
Yeah. I think it would put more weight.
Put a hood up while you're coming down through the tower. We're gonna have to explain that it's you, and we're not gonna be able to hide the fact that you're part of this from him if we're gonna bring him in to help us.
Also,
Mask, yeah.
Oh, yeah, your owl mask
Can
is
we-
just.
Can we not?
how well of a disguise is
Look,
that?
you can do that, but eventually he's gonna figure out that you're helping,
And even if he
and
does,
so this is
figure
gonna
out-
have to get addressed at some point.
Also,
And I'd rather it's not when we're halfway in the middle of planning a
Yeah.
resistance or whatever we're gonna do, and then all of a sudden this comes out and we have to
also
cool people
you're
off.
our ace. He knows that you want to kill him very badly. And if you are in the room with him, he's gonna think once or twice before he acts.
Our best card to play to get him to work with us is being honest with the man.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I don't think it's a good idea to hide the fact that you are working with us on this from him.
Okay.
I can't make you. So you gotta be okay with this plan. I don't see a way that this is a better solution if we keep you disguised the whole time and we just pretend you're not involved until later when somebody figures it out.
I'm definitely not okay with it, but if it's what has to happen, it's what has to happen.
I mean, to be fair, he does already know you're in the city. As far as I know, he does not know about your cover. And that I have no problem keeping from him. But I don't think you can play a major role in this and stay in the shadows the whole time.
In which case, we need to keep the cover away from him.
Yep.
Fine.
Alright.
Okay, well,
We'll wait for your call.
sounds good. Keep listening in, I guess, and I'm gonna go down to Rosk's office.
All right.
We'll have Seabiscuit tap us in through engineers.
Okay. So
Visual
you all will have the full
Mm-hmm.
whatever of what is about to happen.
Yep.
You get down to the Rosk level. There are guards standing out front, watching you as you approach.
Hey guys.
And they just sort of glance at each other and stand to the side.
Thanks. You do this 2 or 3 times and they just learn. I'm gonna, as I'm reaching out, Keith,
Mm-hmm.
does this feel too easy? Does this feel like a trap?
I don't know. Does it?
Is there something I can roll to be like, does my spidey sense going off? Am I like...
There is no role for this. This is this is
Intuition?
totally player driven. So
I'm
if
gonna-
you feel like this is too easy, then Killian feels that way.
I'm going to ready. What does this take to do? I'm going to ready an action. At the slightest sign of danger,
Okay.
I'd like to take an action.
What action are you readying? And what is going to trigger it?
What is going to trigger it is clear and present danger. So if he's reading the book or watching the movie when I walk in, kid, I will. It's an action for dramatic effect. I won't. We'll see.
For
Does that work for you?
At least
I-
write it down for me and pass it this direction. You got to have something.
Okay, yeah. That's
If
fair.
you don't want
I get
to
a
if you
piece
don't
of
want to
paper?
reveal it, that's fine. But I need to have something. All of those have notes on
There are
them.
also index cards over yonder.
I think I've got some sitting.
Oh, wait, I can just
I need
text it
to-
to you.
Oh yeah.
I can just send
That's
you a
an
direct
option.
message. I just don't want to ruin my.
Yeah.
I need to get some index cards.
They're
for
really
myself.
helpful.
Yeah.
We have a stack.
I'm gonna go pee real quick before the show starts.
Probably
We're
smart.
gonna have to be like all intense and stuff.
Okay. All right.
Well, I'm just gonna walk in.
The door slides open. Rosk is standing sort of behind his desk, staring out the windows behind his chair. He turns and glances, catches you out of the corner of his eye. I haven't decided yet, you know.
Oh, I know. Did you not get my note? I gave one of the guards a note saying I was gonna go. I was bored and I was gonna go unbalance Mistress Corell.
No.
Oh, they didn't give you the note yet.
No.
Oh.
Well, that makes this a little more awkward. So,
Somebody intercepted your note.
I got kind of bored and thought I would go move it just for my own amusement and for maybe to see what good could come of it. I decided I'd go pay a visit to Mistress Corell and try and unbalance things a little bit.
Did he not
So
get
he
the note?
turns around and
Somebody
just
intercepted
stares
it.
at you. And how did that go for you?
Well, I think before I say anything, we need to have a specialist come check your office.
What kind of specialist?
The kind that prevents people from eavesdropping. I have someone ready to hop on in here to do that for us. But obviously that would require your consent.
Okay. Why do you think someone is eavesdropping on my office? And how?
I don't want to say anything until I know that we're safe. If you want to come secure the office, please.
All of us?
What do I do from the discussion? It was you.
I need you to come
one-
cast Private Sanctum
Okay.
in the room. But all three of you can come.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay
Uh,
outside until I am told to come in, but
Okay.
like I will follow you
I will
down.
head down and go up to the guards at the door.
Oh, what is your business here?
Can I hear them on the other side of the...
I was told I was supposed to wait here to be entered into the office.
The three of you wait here,
Okay.
and one of them.
Mhm.
So one of them slides over, crosses his halberd across his chest to make
Mhm.
sure you're not getting.
Yeah,
try and
I'm-
get past him.
I'm just waiting.
The other one walks to the door, and you see the door slide open, and Killian and Rosk sort of looking at each other from across the desk. The door slides closed behind the guard, who crosses the room. Sir, there's a trio of strangers who say they've been summoned. Let them in. Sir, let them in? Or do you think I can't take care of myself?
I mean, honestly, he might be able just to take the four of us.
He is a class 1 and we are all class 0.
He is a class 1.
Very good, sir. And he turns smartly on his heel, marches right back out. Behind the one guard, the door opens. The other one steps out, whispers in his companion's ear. The two take flanking positions by the door and motion the three of you inside.
Thank you. And we enter.
Very professional.
I've got my hood far over my face.
Did you do any disguising, anything for Simi at all?
I don't have anything
Okay.
to
Are you wearing your
disguise
mask?
Simi with anything.
No, I don't want that part blown, but I do have.
But you do have it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, yeah.
1 second.
And I think this one's an advantage, right?
No. The first one I get to. The first one that I get to use is a disadvantage. I
Gage
have
is streaming right now, but thank you, Gage.
I have 2 of those from Gage before I get to Mio's advantage.
Excellent. Because Gage loves me.
Okay. All right. So the 3 of you enter the room. Rosk is still just sort of standing there staring at you and seems to be going out of his way not to acknowledge the other people who have shown up.
If you'll secure the room, please.
Certainly.
How long is it going to take?
As you
Uh-huh.
as you speak, he sort of glances up at you.
He's like, wait a minute!
Huh.
I will snap my fingers and quick cast. Actually, I need to check something real quick.
I thought it was going to be a ritual. It was going to be like,
I might have to. I gotta check to see if
If you can quick
there's
cast that one.
specific wording for it.
if not, we'll all just like roll in and start doing that one meme. Ba-da-da-ba.
Well, it's also because Gilead is literally going to be like, we cannot discuss anything until we know that the room is safe.
I wonder if we could have Seabiscuit do it.
No, I don't think so.
No,
'cause
he's
not
doing
at
it
full
now.
power.
I have to take the full 10 minutes for this one.
Okay.
Ba-ba-da-da.
So I will be like, this is going to take 10 minutes or so. And I'm gonna walk over to the door and put my hand out on it. I'm gonna get real close to it and whisper as quietly as I can. Seabiscuit, can you seal this door, please?
From your chest, you kind of get a
And then while he's doing that, I'm gonna ritually cast Arcane Lock on the door just to be safe, so that only the people in the room can leave it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get a couple little implements out and start do 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 do. And I mean, at this point, I'm sure he can tell that there's magic involved.
Bit paranoid, are we?
Oh yeah.
Do you mind if any points over to the sideboard?
Oh no, please. This is gonna take a minute.
He steps over, and doesn't mean anything to you. Doesn't mean anything to you. But see me? He grabs a very familiar looking bottle and pours himself a tumbler.
From the Hearthfire Winery.
Any of you not doing magic, feel free as well.
Is it good?
I think so.
It's not their best year, but it's pretty good.
And he goes back over to the window, turns his back on the room, and starts staring out again.
Okay, let us know when we're allowed to talk.
10 minutes passes.
Okay. Private Sanctum is up.
Okay.
Alright,
Well, I feel better now.
Yeah.
So, how much do you know about Corell's operation?
I know she's been a thorn in my side for, well, longer than I care to mention. She's always curiously well informed, curiously well funded, and, well, if I didn't know any better, I'd say she was unnaturally lucky. Why?
All three are true.
Because I have learned recently,
Does it look like you recognized me?
that not only does she traffic with devils and demons, she herself is under some sort of, what do you think the right word would be? Obligation?
Deal.
Deal, contract with said entities to empower her, and she has a portal to hell. Yeah, see, that's the...
He turns back around, sets the tumbler on his desk. I would ask how you knew that, but I don't have to.
Oh, that's only half of how I know that. We have access to a magical sensor of sorts that informed us that she is a, what was the term, a class 2 demonic entity.
Uses a level 2 human with demonic essences.
That's what it was.
You have access to
Yeah, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. We also learned at this same time, because she was meeting with what I presume to be Amakir, given the nature of what she was discussing. I snuck into her that, you know, if she could put me in touch with Amakir, I'd be interested in that, to just see what came up. Yeah. What do you know about him?
I mean, not a great deal, and he keeps it that way. He's very good at infiltrating. He's very good at his job, finding things out that are hard to find out, finding people that are hard to find. Very, very good at... breaking them is a strong word, but the most apt. When
So
they need to be broken.
apparently he is neither living nor dead.
Excuse me.
Yep.
He's going to look down at his glass.
Yep. Oh, I also forgot to mention that Corell read my mind while I was talking to her. Hence the precautions.
She can do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wonder where she came upon that arcane knowledge.
Well, as she liked to put it, she's had lots of time to learn from the numerous artifacts and unending libraries of arcane knowledge at her disposal.
Yeah, being the head of the head of the archive allows you special access to what we refer to as the forbidden bookshelves, the forbidden zone, and has taken liberties on learning some of the forbidden stuff there.
You are just full of amazing news.
I know, it gets better. You might want to sit down for this one. Have you ever heard of a lich?
No.
Great. See, neither had we. Until we talked to somebody who spent a whole lot of time not here but in the other place.
Death?
Do I need to explain that?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. So, what do you know about the Empress's source of power?
Not a great deal.
Okay. Yeah, sit down for this one. This is going to be a doozy. Okay, here's the long and short version. So the 9 are real. Go figure. However, long time ago, before the Empire even existed, a deity from another world got swapped with a deity from our world. So that deity brought its power here. But in the process of this whole little trading back and forth, it got split into 4 separate pieces. One of those pieces, according to what I know from someone who saw it personally as a member of the royal family, that is... It lived underneath the palace grounds in Costus and is the source of all of the Empress's long lives and power. You tracking with me so far?
I'm back on the you got it from a member of the royal family.
Yep. Who've seen it, saw it firsthand.
Which one? Dickless the Clown, the Walrus?
I know,
Or the gay one?
I'm not promoting that one. That's not the exciting part. Are you ready to move it along?
No, but I'm.
We'll wrap around to that.
But the news that the youngest of the 3 is still alive might cause all kinds of. The youngest of the 4 is not even the youngest of the 4.
The youngest male.
The youngest male, yes.
Wait, how do you know that?
How do you know that?
How do I know what?
That there was a female heir.
Wait, there's a female heir?
Moving along. This isn't the reason I needed you to sit down. We're gonna move this one along. I'm very well informed about a lot of things. Not apparently some of the most dangerous and important things I could have known about.
We inform Rosk everything.
Pieces of a god. Empresses feed off the pieces of a god. That's why they're so powerful. That's why they live so long.
Okay.
Pieces of the god are a problem because we've got
that is a problem.
we've got a deity in our world that doesn't belong, and we're missing the one that belongs in our world. And those 2 worlds started moving apart, so you weren't going to be able to travel back and forth. During this time, people went missing unexpectedly because they wound up getting on the other side in that world instead of this one. Talking to someone from said other world who experienced everything they had, they are the one who used the term lich. The way they explained it is someone who, through vast magical power, has decided to prolong their life by removing the soul from the body and placing it within an object. And as long as that object housing their soul is safe, they effectively are undead and live forever.
An acorn.
And it grants them super powerful magic to boot.
That sounds both sacrilegious and a bad idea.
So the upside, the pieces of the god are gone. We put them back where they belonged. So
when?
The deities got swapped. Oh, like a year ago or so. Like, right about the time that right about the time that the Empress sort of whoop. That would be when that happened, so that the deities were back where they belonged before the world separated from each other.
I can't decide if I'm pissed as hell at you for beating me to the punch, or extremely grateful that you at least robbed her of that power.
Also, to be fair, I was kind of more of a bystander for that part of the whole experience. I saw what I was there, but I didn't really have much to participate with. It's a whole other story. We'll get to that. This is still not the part you needed to sit down for. So, our assumption was that the Empress was dead. Because without the source of her power, what could keep her alive? Well, apparently she's a lich, and has created an entire bubble around her palace grounds that no one can get through, nor can magic see through, nor can deities see through. And as an undead lich, one would assume the undead leader of the Inquisition is probably working for her.
What? You're gonna have to go back. The what leader of the Inquisition?
The undead leader, because Amakir is neither dead nor alive. He is undead.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Please.
We've got a powerful undead Empress, probably pissed as hell that her power was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
One of her chief agents apparently in charge of a whole third of the order.
One would assume.
One other third of the order being led by someone with ties to demonic powers.
Yep.
And then there's me.
And then there's you, yes. Yes. Who has managed to hold on to his power only because the other two are probably pretty confident if they needed to remove you, they could do so when they needed to. So there was no need to be proactive about that.
Huh.
Yep.
Well, shit.
I'm gonna
Kinda
go grab
puts
his
things-
bottle of stuff and bring it over to him.
Kind of puts things in perspective, don't it?
And he's just going to take it from you. He's not even going to pour it. He's just going to slug it back.
So you can see the current predicament we're in.
So my proposal, which was not on my docket of things to do, but having learned things in the last 4 hours, my proposal is we cut the charade. I think we're gonna have to work together if we have even a chance in hell. That's a pun now. Of dealing with those two.
I don't like it.
Oh, I don't like this either. But I don't really have a lot of cards left to play on this round.
I'm not sure I do either.
Hence our predicament.
Hence.
I mean, you probably control the freest third of the Imperial Order.
Which is ironic. That's not what I would have pegged things at before this, but yeah.
Because we don't know how.
Turns out you are the lesser of three evils.
And we don't know.
Who would have thought?
How many, if any, of the Inquisition are undead?
Who would have thought?
Just once. I'd like my problems to be normal.
On this field trip? No way! Oh, with the Frizz, no way, sorry.
Anyway, so that's my pitch. If we want to deal with this at any sort of chance of winning, I think we're going to have to work together, which means we're going to have to stop dancing around each other.
I don't want your help, but I need it. And you don't want mine,
Nope.
but you need it.
Yep.
Need makes strange bedfellows.
Yep.
That's the alcohol.
Seems like not that long ago we were co-conspirators of a different sort.
You would not believe the number of times I've had to dust off those old plans that I didn't think I was going to need anymore.
Tell me this. Do you know where Akerai is?
I do.
He's safe?
As safe as you can be in a city that has a lich, a demon lady, and an undead Inquisition lord.
Did we check on Acker? This is Jared. Did
Fair.
we check on Acker
We sent
as
him
he
back
was
with
going
Cassius.
as he was going
No.
home? We didn't check
No,
on that.
He was with a class 3 entity. I think he'll
But
be
there
fine.
were a series of rolls that we never found out what happened of them sneaking back home. So no, we did not.
We have no idea.
I mean, Cassius
Yeah.
didn't tell you that anything terrible happened,
That's
so
true, so.
I feel like that would be a thing he would mention.
The upside is if you work with me and my conspirators here, we are not without significant allies. But
Such as who?
I have an army.
that'd be one of them.
Excuse me?
Yeah, outside, floating.
Well, they were floating. I think they're on the ground now.
Oh, that's probably true.
So we've got that in our pocket.
I mean, I don't think all of them can be
The
giant.
Armada.
Oh, okay.
So we at least could negotiate some help from them.
Likely capable fighters.
But they have all.
And we've managed to make friends with several powerful independent operators in the city. And we're in good with the Merchants Guild.
And a bank.
And the bank, yes.
Yep.
The bank is a close ally and friend of ours.
So you're well funded. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure. Okay.
And I'm sure I can drum up some more support if I need it. So it's not hopeless. It's just
We would rather not have
Still
to
not
fight
ready.
another third of the Imperial Order if it came down to it.
yeah. I don't think I can manage to not have to keep your order half the order out of it and take those two on unscathed.
I assume there are some brilliant tactical minds.
Oh, there's some very smart people in that, yes. I'm not one of them. I'm not gonna. I'm not saying like.
Not beating around the bush on that one.
Not this
He
guy.
understands his limitations.
I will. I wish that we had the most brilliant tactical mind I know here.
And who would
And that would be.
A man called Itzhak.
It sucks.
Well, lucky for us, we're old friends.
Of course you are. So what do we get out of it?
What do we? Like you and me?
What do you get out of it from me? What do I get out of it from you?
Ah, well, we'll start with you. You get two things out of it, right off the bat. Thing one, you have a better chance of surviving if those two decide you're a problem and want to remove you. Thing two, I'm no longer trying to topple you and remove you from power. So that's your immediate benefits. Benefits besides that is our chances, both of us living to see, next year, just went up pretty well. That's about it as terms of benefits right now. I'm still not sure we can win, but we're gonna give it a real good shot, and we have a better chance if we work together.
I don't see as I have much choice in the matter.
I mean, there's always a choice.
Careful, friend. You don't want to see what other choices I'm contemplating.
If it's bomb, it's not likely.
Dynamite doesn't exist in this world.
We tried.
We don't even know why we know this word, but
Before we make any moves, against those two,
Mm-hmm.
we need to remove the power base from this city.
What do you mean by a power base?
The thing that makes the city, and in some case, in some extended sense, the empire, worth fighting for, the people themselves. We need to. You asked if we could withstand a siege. We
Yeah.
can't. we need some way to clear the city.
Like a rumor.
That's a.
Like a rumor?
Hang on. Why are you concerned about getting the local populace out of the way?
If I can't rule them, no one should.
Oh,
There.
F you. Oh my gosh, that's the coldest line I've heard
It's true.
in this game. Holy shit.
It's true.
You know what's
Okay.
crazy? I still like you more than I like Corel. She made you so much more enjoyable in my eyes. It's really amazing. Oh.
Because he can't look in your head.
yeah, that's a big factor of why I like him more.
Dude. How do we evacuate the whole city?
Well, and
How
the
fast
thing
are
is,
you thinking we need to be able to move them? Because I
Well,
can't
even if
think
we
of a
move
way to
them-
do it fast.
Even if we move them, where are they gonna go?
I don't know that there is a way to do it fast,
South.
We could certainly encourage.
but we can encourage, but there will be those who won't leave.
I think once you get it down to a small enough group, it becomes less of an issue. Because you're right, there will always be those who aren't going to leave. And there isn't really any point in forcing them out because they're just going to want to come straight back. You know, they're going to look for any opportunity to come right back in. It's a waste of your resources to worry about it at that point.
Yes.
But we can find, I think we have a few different ways we can encourage the populace in general to leave Costas.
Oh, I had a terrible idea. What if we spread a rumor that the plague from 2 years ago is back, and people need to evacuate the city to
That
avoid
would do it.
to avoid.
We just have to be careful not to cause a panic, given how efficiently the rumor went last time.
And we started in one district, and we just, with the help of Brosk's side of the Impellion Order, we slowly
That's true. We
start
have
quarantining.
law enforcement on our side.
Starting from starting from the east side, we just slowly start
working everybody west.
moving and quarantining people out from the east side, and then moving it over,
That's fair.
setting up a makeshift.
I will remind you, the ocean is to the west.
Right, no, like moving from east to west, and that, like, not pushing them into the ocean, but like going east to west, trying maybe like
Okay.
getting
And sending
people.
north.
Yeah, pushing
Yeah,
them
pushing
out of the,
them out of the
That's-
city,
That could work.
not into the ocean.
Okay.
There are possibilities there. I think right now we're still in the.
As a side note, what's the rough population of Costas? You don't have to give me like the exact. But what would you say like the
remember
rough?
the number, but it was pretty big.
Like
Now, are we trying to
300K?
convince Corel that
300K?
it's back?
No. That's just to get civilians out of the way.
Okay, but what if they start asking questions? Hypothetically, right? Wouldn't we have to have
We'll have to workshop
one
this
person?
plan.
We're gonna have to sacrifice someone and give them the plague, whatever thing.
No. I think we can manage this. We're just
Okay.
we
Yeah.
can. All right. What I need to know, and I need as honest estimates as you can give me, so I know what I'm working with. How much of the order do you think is actually loyal to you, or at least to your network?
yes, you control a third of it, but like truly and honestly, how much?
Like when push comes
How many
comes to shove, how many people are going to defect?
Because there's like 1,500 members of the Impellion Order, or like 3,000.
I would guess it's probably 3,000 overall, but
So of the 3,000 members of the Impellion Order,
On paper, at least, on parchment, at least. I control, if that's what you want to call it, about 1,000.
Okay.
The reality is, my top lieutenants and their lieutenants maybe are the ones most directly loyal to me.
Mm-hmm.
The rest are with us because they agree mostly with what we stand for.
Fair. That's good.
Of those, perhaps a quarter of them, given the choice between me or Itzhak, would follow him.
Okay.
I presume that same structure will carry over to the others.
To the others. Okay. That's
Given that, we can assume perhaps a quarter, 200, 250, 500 maybe,
okay.
out of the other two, if we could get Itzhak. If we could get his express backing,
Well,
which might be tough.
well, we've told you what we want out of this. What do you want out of this?
He wants to be king. King, ruler, magistrate. I don't know what the term
High up
is.
in whatever the Empire looks like after all of this.
Put that down as powerful.
Okay.
Influential.
It will not be an empire.
No.
Whatever comes next.
Judicial system.
I don't think anyone could trust another empire after the last
No.
3,000 years.
No, but swapping it for something else will be
Dictatorship?
traumatic.
It'll have to be a slow process.
Mhm.
Luckily, that's already underway. Not in any sort of controlled way, just like slowly everywhere it's sort of falling apart and people are building stuff in its place. I need to be clear, that was not a large-scale plot by me to replace it with anything. I just sort of let that... Once that stone started rolling down the hill, just let it go. Okay, do you have any agents placed reasonably high up in the other two's factions?
I've tried. It
And no
doesn't-
luck.
Yeah, no.
That
luck.
doesn't surprise me,
That
given what
I'm
I've seen.
sure they watch just as closely as I do.
And how many agents do they have in your organization? And how high up?
Not very high up, but I know of half a dozen between the two of them.
Okay,
We keep them on very close watch
of course.
and feed them only what we want them to know.
So for right now, I think our best bet is to make sure those two don't know that we know. Because as long as they think we're still in the dark, we're not threats, and we don't need to be removed.
Fair.
I had an idea with the whole. Sorry, I'm back to the plague thing again. What if we start the people west to east, and we could say somebody from the Armada brought it?
That's possible. It's a little dangerous for the Armada because potentially you could have the people decide to attack them out
But
of
it would
frustration.
make more sense.
But it depends.
If we use the river as like a guideline, getting everyone on the opposite side to use the river as a defensive position.
Yeah, we can workshop that. I need to know everything you know about the Inquisition and Corel. I need as big a sketch as you can give me of their organization, and I need information on contacts. If we're going to plan to remove them, first we need to gather as much information as we can. For instance, I don't know how many other people in the Inquisition are undead. I know that not everyone is, because I've encountered their agents before,
We
and
might
they
be
worked.
able to use our sensor to figure that out.
Potentially.
I didn't know that any of them were, so I can't help you with that.
No, but if as much as you know about how the Inquisition functions and anything you can tell us, we can start digging into it. I'm also going to need to know what sort of resources you've stockpiled. I know that Corel is sitting on a hoard of magical items.
Well,
Can't be close by.
a few.
Less than now that you've absconded with them, but
Yeah.
So that's why she.
oh, huh,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Good data to have.
Anyway, I assume you've been sitting on a rainy day fund of something or in some way to protect yourself if push came to shove. We'll want to know what we're looking at there so
Clearly
we
not
know
as
the best
much
way to
as
use it.
she has, but yes, I've got some resources.
His mind goes back to a single vault, to a single chest, and inside a holy hand grenade.
And I think our best explanation for right now is that you're having me run negotiations with the Armada,
Fair.
which is why we'll be back and forth, in and out.
It does put a damper, or the information that you have obtained does put a damper on the whole Sinju to Itzak. To Amakir, sorry.
Yeah,
Um,
that seems like a much more dangerous proposition now.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, so let's put you on the Armada, shall we?
And in the interest of full disclosure, and so hopefully you don't have people out looking for them and trying to kill people,
Mm-hmm.
She is.
Our metaphorical ace in the hole.
Like, there is no movement, but you can tell that it's not necessarily. It's not necessarily like an unwillingness so much as a physical impossibility.
It's more for the fact that she's locked herself in place because she knows
Yes,
at the
that's-
slightest movement she's gonna snack
yeah,
across.
she's bare knuckling it because it's. If he looks like he's gonna say anything, I'm gonna. Yeah.
Make an intimidation.
So you feel like you feel the ink on your shoulders and on your forearms start to sort of pulse a little bit.
I'm gonna let it come out into the shape of owl wings behind me.
So the shape of the wings takes form behind you. And
Just wings, I guess, not necessarily owl wings. You wouldn't be able to tell it.
yeah, well, and the wings themselves sort of flow up behind you and reach over your head and grab the hood.
Venom, venom,
pull it
venom.
back.
At this point,
And Ross is just staring at you, and his eyes go wide, and he sort of leans back. I think I understand.
Yeah, so we're gonna not have
any problem?
friction here.
I will do my very level best not to cause friction from my side.
Good, because if you cause any, I don't know how well this is gonna go for any of us.
I am all the evidence you need about how serious this situation is.
That was badass. You thought you'd heard the coldest line.
Yeah, I can see that.
I try to push to the back of my mind where she was unconscious 2 hours ago. That memory is gone now. Stripped from my mind.
As Batman stands before me.
Well then.
Yep. I think this brings me to the we're gonna leave. Here's the precautions you're gonna need to take on your end to make sure that you're not being spied on. Lead is your friend.
Okay.
A thin layer of lead can block a good chunk of divination magic.
Okay.
Other than that, assume anytime you're anywhere, they are watching. So be very careful with what you say, what you do. If we need to have long, open, candid discussions, we can get together and take these same precautions to ensure there is no way that we are being watched as best we know.
You're the experts.
Yep. And unless you have a stash of magic items somewhere, that's probably the best we have at our disposal currently.
Let me see what I can do.
And I will write down and I'll be like, this is sort of, if you have a stash, and I'll just hand it to him, that's generally the sort of item you're looking for that will be able to provide a layer of protection. I haven't dealt with demons before, so I can't guarantee that it works 100%, but it's the best I've got.
I'm not real sure what I've got available, but I'll see what I can do.
Fair. I know the feeling. We'll be in touch. We'll go see about moving some other pieces on the board and getting together what we can. Other than that, I'd say business as usual as best you can until we're more prepared to make a move.
Understood.
And yeah, if you are in the room with Corel, just know she's reading your thoughts, probably.
Yay.
Yep.
All right.
No. Oh, what are your parents' names?
Oh, I know that right off the top of my head. Absolutely.
Mark and Anne.
Harvey
Harvey.
and Blossom.
Oh, also, Harvey and Blossom, 2 rabbit folk, work in the garden.
Bramble Branch.
I need to have them into my care.
Okay.
Corel will be watching. I know that.
Okay.
But they have good leverage for some of the things we need.
I'm sure we can find them a space here somewhere.
If
I was gonna say is if Corel wants to know why you're being protected with those just say that we're trying to show good faith to the Armada.
Yeah, they're assisting us in negotiating with the Armada.
Not my first time on this sort of thing. But
Fair.
Thank you for the advice.
Right, no, we're all just not having a great day after this information, so
You've given me a lot to think about.
Yep.
I know you've got things to do. Perhaps you should go do them.
Fair.
get out of my house.
Oh, good luck. And I'm gonna walk towards the door and go, oh yeah. Do you want me? Currently, this door is magically sealed, so only people on the inside of the room can open it. Do you want me to leave it that way?
For now, I think that's wise, yes.
Okay, and then I just walk up and put my hand on the door and quietly tell Seabiscuit to unlock the door.
Confirmed.
And now we can leave.
and I'll leave the anti-scrying. It'll only last for 24 hours, so
Thank you.
after that you're on your
Buys me a little time at least.
Mm-hmm.
And try not to get assassinated in the meantime. And with that, Killian will walk out the door.
I'll follow.
And I will make sure Simi comes out the door. And we can't leave you two alone in a room together.
We'll pull the ink back in dramatically and, like, swoop out. It's a very melodramatic swoop. After which point, as soon as she makes it out the door, her knees buckle and she throws up. As she looks at the guards, she's like, "Sorry, clams." And just kind of...
Never eat seafood that's 2 days old. It's just not worth the risk
No.
anymore.
I mean, I grew up near the docks. I could have told you that.
Some of us didn't.
Clearly.
Hey, make sure you guys clean that up.
Oh, man. And as you guys are walking away, they start Rochambeau.
Okay. Do we want to? And I point upwards towards the bridge.
No, actually.
Yes.
You need to talk to your dad.
Oh, yeah. Let's just hope nothing bad's happened. But yes.
Head to the bramble patch.
I think that's a good spot to leave it for the night. So we will cut it off there, and we will come back next time. I don't think there's anything on the schedule keeping us from
Not next week.
Not on my
week.
end.
So presumably we will be back here.
Leave it at vomit.
Yep, we're gonna leave it at vomit. Presumably we will be back here next week, Monday night, same time, 6 o'clock Mountain Time. I will leave that up to you to translate into whatever time zone you happen to be watching us from. We will hopefully have Stephen back. We'll see. Hopefully everyone stays well. That is also a thing that we have to keep watch on. Yeah, just a quick reminder, I will do my level best to have the 2 weeks now that we've recorded put up onto our YouTube channel, so be sure you are looking out for that. If you haven't already, while you're over there, do hit like and subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notifications, and you will know when those 2 episodes go live. We do also run a Discord server, so be sure that you are tuning into that for our broadcasting schedule. We do try to let you guys know if there's any changes to what our plans are, because life happens, and sometimes, even at the last minute, we have to let you guys know, sorry, we can't do anything. But if you're watching Discord, that will let you guys know for sure if we are changing the schedule for any particular reason. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure that you tune back in with us next week. And until then, remember,
Grab your bats and grab your balls.
and if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house.
Good
Good night.
Let's play a game.
And we're going to be rating
Yes.
somebody out. So stay tuned.